All right. What's up? It's your boy Dwell, aka Mr. J, aquí en la casa, coming at you sideways with another episode of Las Different Voices. And today in la casa, I got the big dog, Oak Creep. What's up, Oak Creep?
What's good, Dwell? How you doing, my boy?
Aquí bien, gracias. Enjoying the little tea, bro, because it's cold, you know.
That's right. That's where you need to be, you know.
And you got the modelos. And man, y sí se me antoja una, bro, pero like I was telling you earlier, I said a promise, I'm not gonna drink till Thanksgiving. Y sí se me antoja, bro.
Well, don't let me be a
Sí
bad
se me antoja,
influence here.
Salud, either way. Salud. Some tea.
Salud, my boy.
Tea. Algo calientito, algo diferente, pero thank you for coming by, bro. You're saying you're coming from LA, right?
Yeah, we're coming from LA. Caught a little bit of traffic, but thanks for being patient with us.
What were you doing up there?
We like to hit the alleys and
Oh, yeah?
shit.
Oh, okay.
Go fucking do a little bit of shopping and shit
okay.
like that. So
Okay, so
we'll fuck around, see what's out there.
Just having fun, pues, no work stuff, nothing like that.
Yeah, just
Just
get
out of the
there.
nowhere, you said let's go to LA, or is something you guys do?
Just cruise out there. There's
okay.
Have you ever been to Taconazos?
Taconazos? No, I haven't been to LA in a little while. Usually I'll just go to like the Callejones or to La Placita Olvera, Santa Monica. But I don't go over there because I worked over there a lot, bro. So I'm like,
so you're burned out on it.
I hate the traffic, bro.
Yeah.
I was doing it since I was 18, because I used to do commercial painting and for big companies and carpenter work. So all the work's over there, bro. So you get tired of going over there every day. But
yeah, that shit gets old. There's a spot I came to know. It's called Taconazos.
Taconazos.
Excuse me. It's in Bellflower.
Oh, okay.
Man, those tacos are fire, bro.
I've probably seen that on Instagram, bro.
Yeah, we actually shot a video there with my homie George Perez. I don't know if you're familiar with George Perez.
I think I've heard of him.
He's a comedian, and he's been on like Showtime and a lot of.
Oh yeah. And I saw him. He has a podcast. You were on it, George Perez. I think. Does he affiliate himself? I know who he is, but he affiliates himself with like Fools Gone Wild and all that stuff. Yeah. I know who he is.
So we shot a video over there for a song he's doing for his comedy album called Tacos.
Oh, okay.
And it's supposed to sound like colors, but it's tacos.
Oh, for
tacos.
real?
Yeah,
oh,
so
damn.
it's cool. We shot a video over there, and they hooked us up over there when we recorded with all these tacos, and my God, those tacos are to die for, bro. I mean, I don't really you would think a taco is a taco no matter where the fuck you go. How can you fuck up a taco? You know what I mean?
Pero no.
No, those are just, like I said, they're to die for, bro.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. What is it called?
Taconazos. There's one here in La Habra, and there's one over here in Bellflower.
Oh, okay.
So
but it is true. Some spots do have tacos are different. It is. Tacos are different, bro.
Oh my God. I don't even know how to explain, bro. But yeah,
I gotta check it out. Gotta check it out, bro.
You
I've been wanting to go, and trust me, I've been talking to one of my friends, and we're like, we should go to LA because it's been a long time, but no se ha hecho, but I think it's for the same reason. But I think gotta check it out. Bellflower.
Yeah, Bellflower. So check it out, brother. I mean, shit, it's worth it. If you go, let me know. I'll probably want to roll with you.
Oh, hell yeah. No, pues sí, I'll let you know, dog.
Yeah.
Bellflower, City of Bellflower. That's what, like East LA type area, or más pa?
I don't really know fucking my geography that well, so.
LA's big, dog.
Yeah, it is. So I'm not too sure what side it's on, because I know they got East LA, Southeast LA, Northeast LA.
Yeah, there is.
South Central and
then
West.
There's a lot of little cities también. Bellflower is a little city. I know like Paramount's a little city. I know what's that other city with an H? Hawthorne. There's a lot of cities over there, bro.
It is. This is like when you go to prison too. You meet all kinds of guys. I'm from West LA. I'm from Northeast. I'm from Southeast. I'm from South Central. I'm from East LA. I'm like, fuck.
Hey, let us know what city you from, bro.
Yeah, I'm from the city of Orange, dog.
That's right.
Specifically Old Town.
That's right. Hey, gracias. Hey, it's the first time. I think we were talking about it yesterday, but you're the first one from the city of Orange to come here. I've had pretty much everybody's from Santana. I've had like 2 people from Anaheim, and I'm glad to have somebody else from Orange County come by from the city of Orange.
Thank you, brother. So thank you for letting me come represent.
Thank you, bro. And I've been checking out your music. I think one of the first songs I ever heard from you, and to me that was a badass song, bro, is la de, ¿cómo se llama? Way Before the Rap shit. That one?
Oh yeah,
Is that your song or was it?
It was a collaboration with me and OG Big Wicked.
Oh, okay.
I hooked up the beat, and the way it worked out on that one is I was working on that project already.
Oh, okay.
And I got the beat, and I had was working on writing to it, and me and Wicked connected. One of my little homies, Spider, got us together, and we talked, and I told Wicked, well, hey, I got this track, man, I'm starting, check it out, see if you want to, work with this.
That's a hard song, bro.
Yeah.
Way Before the Rap shit. And the other way, I heard it también recently. I heard the original song. Which one is it? Way Before the Rap shit. ¿Cuál es the original song?
That's off a Biggie sample. It's a
yes. Ya me acordé.
yeah. I forgot specifically which one.
It was on Pandora. Yeah, I just heard it play and me acordé. I'm like, oh, that's where it's from.
Yeah.
But that's like one of the first times I how long ago did that song come out? Like
it's been about 2-3 years.
2-3 years. Okay.
Yeah, and what's cool about it is just because
sounds. I think I heard it. It sounds like I heard it even a long time before that. But
yeah. Well, which one are you talking about? Mine, the one we did, or the original one?
Oh, okay. If there's an original one, no, I saw the video. Pues the video.
Okay. So yeah, our version, because we used a sample from Biggie, but yeah, the one me, Wicked, and Rascal did. What I liked about that song, I gotta give a shout out to my boy fucking MAD. He's the one who did the beat, man.
Oh, okay.
And it was perfect because he's talking about before the rap shit, fucking what he was doing, like he was in the streets and shit, and that worked out perfect for all three of us because. All three of us before we fucking, started rapping and doing all that shit, we're fucking around the guys, Yeah. So it worked out perfect, and in our verses, going and talk about that,
Yeah, it's a hard song, bro. I really like it. También what I realized también but you've been rapping for a long time, huh?
Yeah.
I saw you post a video. I saw the date. It looked like it was at Hart Park. It's 2002.
Mm-hmm.
On the video, so that's a long time ago. That's like what 30 years.
Well, let me see. What are we?
20 years, if I do my math.
Okay, so it was 2002. So 2022 would be 10 years. So yeah, it's about 11 years, 12 years around there.
Yeah, 21 years
since 2002.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
21 years.
Oh yeah, you're right.
What was it like in those days, bro, rapping? Because I think that was the era that West Side Cartel, when a different era of Chicano rap came in the scene. I always followed Chicano rap, bro.
Yeah.
From the 90s to the 2000s, because different rappers came in the 2000s. It was a whole different scene. But I know, was it like hard? Like people bang on you, people tripped on you in that era? Like for rapping? Or was it like, you know what I'm saying? Not from anything else, but just even rapping. Like, was it a trip?
Yeah, back then, at that time, you started having all the Chicano rappers coming out. And the only thing that, like, sort of I didn't like is that a lot of them just weren't original, or they didn't practice their craft where they got good. You know what I mean? And a lot of guys would come out and they were just like, they would hear like a West Side Connection or whatever, and instead of like coming out with something original, they would like copy it, like it would say only in California, and then they'll just change it only in Santana or some shit. And they did a lot of that. I mean, it's cool to here and there, but they would do that a lot. So that's sort of what burnt out Chicano rap, and what I think is what gave it like that sort of like that stigma of people thinking that Chicano rap sucks.
Yeah.
Because there was like no real creativity in it.
You've always had your own beats?
Yeah.
I mean, it's normal for people to mess around, like you said, every once in a while with a different beat or a used beat, but tú no.
I mean, I can't say I haven't, but for the most part, we always use our own beats.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And that's what always made me a better artist, because our beats weren't like, obviously, it wasn't gonna be like no Dr. Dre beat or like, some badass Battle Cat or whatever. So it made me have to then be better than the beat. So the beat might have not been all that, but what I'm saying all together and how I put the song together made it badass.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's sort of like that song Out of Control. It's cool. It has a cool ass beat. Has, you know, everything. I mean, it's not like fucking a Dr. Dre beat or nothing. But we all came together and made that song fucking badass, and it like forced us to get creative with it.
That's what it is at the end, no? Like trying to match with the beat, making the song happen, you know?
Exactly.
Like it doesn't have to be a Dr. Dre beat,
Yeah.
but if you can make it happen, you can make it happen. One of my homies always said, "Look at Tupac's beats; they're kind of simple. A lot of them is just funk, but it's like he makes them happen, you know."
Exactly. And sometimes you know, that's what a good artist, that's what they need. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I hear some artists, they have some badass beats, and I'm like, man, no way you can fuck up this song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only way you can fuck up this song is if you fucking talk about some dumbass shit. You know? And there's some guys that, you know, they'll fuck up a badass beat. You know? And it's like, oh man, you know, give me that beat, I'll tear that shit up.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. What gets you like how you get influenced to rap, bro? Like through Chicanos or through like hip hop? Like
I got raised off of hip hop, bro.
okay.
So you gotta understand, like, okay, like you say you grew up off Chicano rap, right?
well, I follow Chicano rap. I listen to everything, you know.
Okay.
I've always been a follower of Chicano rap. Like, yeah, I guess you could say I grew up on it, but it wasn't like my main. I listened to our rap.
How old were you when you started like getting
Paying
into it?
attention?
Yeah.
Maybe like 13, 12.
Okay. For me, I was already in my 20s when Chicano rap started coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I had grew up off of, you know, already, you know, started with like Run DMC, Public Enemy, then it went to like Eazy-E, NWA, then it went to like Too Short.
So
and
you
then-
really got that part of it, huh?
Exactly. I came up off I started like with New York and ended up fucking back in fucking in California. You know what I mean?
So you followed it all the way. You
all
got
the way,
You got to
bro.
witness before it was even in California.
Yep.
Oh,
I remember when you know, the biggest shit going on was fucking like Slick Rick or
Oh,
fucking
damn.
Biz Markie and shit like that, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then, so I followed everything. I followed every artist, every MC. I've seen everybody's style of rapping and all kinds of shit. So that's, you know, hip hop in general is what influenced me. And that's also why, like, I think in one way, people, I get caught in the middle because I'm Chicano, but I don't think I rap like a typical Chicano artist.
Yeah.
But then people see me as being Chicano and they assume I'm gonna rap the
Like a
typical
Chicano.
way. Yeah,
I just say Chicano rap because at the end of the day, you know, you
we are what we are.
Yeah. And I'm not I don't bash on it, you know, some people do, some
Yeah.
people don't. To some people it's just music, to some people it's something else.
Yeah, it's more than that.
What do you see about that? Like, ¿tú qué opinas de eso?
I mean, regardless, man, we're Chicanos.
Yeah.
You know, as artists. Like I said, when I came up, there wasn't no Chicano rap. You know, the first Chicano we really had, obviously, was Kid Frost. You know, he came out with La Raza, and that was the first thing we heard. Now, all of a sudden, Raza, we got a voice. You know, now, you know, we got somebody in hip-hop that we can hear. And then came, you know, the Lighter Shade of Brown.
What'd you think about that when it came out? Like,
Lighter Shade of Brown?
a Lighter Shade of Brown, Kid Frost. Did it inspire you in a way, or did you like just listen and put it aside?
No, it did inspire me
Yeah?
because, you know, like I said, at that point, we didn't have a voice in hip hop. You know what I mean? So it gave me, you know, a kid at that time, you know, I didn't think about rapping at that time, but it gave me an idea. Like, okay, I could probably do this shit. You know what I mean? Let me, you know, try it out. And it gave me inspiration. And then, you know, other artists like Lighter Shade of Brown and all that came out, and they started getting more mainstream. You know, we started Chicanos that were in the game now. You're hearing them on the radio. You're every weekend you go somewhere and someone was playing. You know. Chicanos on rapping, so you know it was inspirational. It did open up doors, and it did give a lot of raza, I think, an interest in hip hop, because I don't think if it would have had it, because when I first started listening to hip hop, especially like when I'd go to my barrio, back then we used to carry a lot of like the Walkmans. You remember the Walkmans?
Yeah.
We'd put them in.
I still got to see those.
Yeah, we would get the tapes, put it in the tape, we listen with the headphones or whatever. And my older homies or whatever were like, "Hey, what tapes you got?" Because they would have like their boombox or whatever. "Oh, I got Eazy-E or whatever." I'm like, you listen to that fucking bullshit? Fucking go listen to fucking some James Brown.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they'd be, or they'd get racist. Some of them would get racist. Listen to that kind of shit, fucking. And be like, "What do you mean, fucking?" They'd be like, "Go put on some Zap." Well, they're black too,
Lo mismo.
Yeah.
That's where rap kind of came from,
Exactly.
The soul and the funk,
And so they'd be like, "Oh, turn off that black shit." And I'm like, "Well, you're listening to the Zap, that's black too, So then we're like, well, let's put on some Chente then,
Yeah, está.
Yeah, like, okay, I can't beat that one, And so,
you got to experience the breaking days, también?
Yeah, I did. I was a kid though when that came out. I have a cousin. He came out on that movie Breaking.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
The first one?
Both.
Both? Oh,
he came out on both of them.
Your cousin?
Yeah, my cousin, my dad's brother's son.
Oh, damn.
His name's Higgy Vasquez, shoot. And you could see he has small parts where he's just dancing and shit.
Yeah,
but
like back scene stuff.
Yeah, but he was a big deal back then.
Damn.
Because fools from LA would come, like other breakers would come looking for him just to call him out.
Damn.
So they could battle and shit. And it was crazy because fools would come, show up, and fucking he would battle, and we'd go in like my grandma's backyard, and they'd be battling. I really wish.
Bro. I seen that movie like 3-4 times, Breaking.
Yeah, I'm sure. There's like a scene where he's dancing and he's like doing flips and shit like that. Fucking. So I'm sure. Yeah, you've seen him. If you've seen those movies, you've seen them, and his names are in the credits.
Is it one? I know there's one, and I think that's the only like non guy that I know. I don't know who he is, but like you can always tell, like, because they obviously who, like Ice-T, Kid Frost comes out in it, so you know who they are. But there's one where they're practicing in the garage. Is that not? Does he come out in that scene? Because there's like a Mexican Latino looking kid just dancing in the background.
Okay, I'm Breaking 2. I remember the scene he's in. He's the little kid's dancing, right? Cocoa Puffs. He's dancing, and there's a guy behind him dancing, doing flips.
Oh, okay.
That part I know for sure is my cousin right there.
Okay.
On the first part, I don't remember exactly which part, but in Breaking 2, Cocoa Puff's dancing, and he's behind him doing flips and shit and doing some other stuff. And then at the end of the film, you could look and it says Carlos Vasquez.
Oh, okay.
And that's my cousin right
You're
there.
Vasquez too?
Yeah, I'm Vasquez too.
That's dope, bro. I mean, that's cool. That's a cool little experience for him.
Yeah, it's a trip because like I said, I wish I would have had a camera, man. If I would have had a camera back then, I could recorded some fucking badass battles, bro.
Damn.
And back then it was just popping. I remember going to the Waterloo and people were breaking and shit, and everybody had their cardboards and fucking, the whole Waterloo was just turned up. Little kids running all over the place, fucking everybody just kicking it, posting. Some homies breakdancing over here, other ones kicking it over there, doing shit over there. It was just a whole different vibe. And then I remember he ended up doing like some kind of he was part of like some crew, some breaking crew, and they would go to like events. They had some kind of event at the Santa Ana Bowl. Is that right? By the
the Flower on Flower.
Yeah, Flower, the stadium right there.
Yeah,
they had it all hooked up where they had like a stage and everything, and him and his crew, they did like a big ass show right there. And then they had like Paul Rodriguez and comedians.
Damn,
and it was pretty badass back then. So that's the shit I grew up watching, seeing, and it was a whole different era, bro,
And because I do have a couple questions and they just come up, I try to freestyle everything.
Oh, yeah.
So I go as I go.
That's the best way.
And I know you've been into other podcasts, and I know you got one tomorrow. So I try to también be a little, hopefully I'm different, like as different stuff at least,
Yeah.
But I'm going to backtrack a little bit because you're talking about your barrio. So you grew up in Orange. So this question me salió. Where would you get beats? You're saying your homie made beats back in those days. But back in those days, pues it's even Santana wasn't really popping like that, you know, like to get beats. How did all that come to play? Like, how did you connect with someone even making beats in not Orange County, but let alone in Orange back in those days? You know what I mean?
Wow, that's a good question because back then, you're correct. There was nobody making beats. There was no YouTube or anything else to go and, you know, download beats or connect with people, you know. And there wasn't no social media where producers could put their beats out. So what we did, man, is we went, because our equipment was very primitive, bro. So I was going to college right here in Santana.
Oh, okay.
And Santa Ana College, and I looked at the music department, and they were starting classes on studio engineering and MIDI recording. I don't know if you're familiar with what MIDI is.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay. I got my little thing is on MIDI right here.
Okay, so that was the basically the beginning of all that shit. So we went and we got in these classes and we took them, man, and you know, we started learning how to record. We started learning how to do.
You and a couple homies, or
me and my homie Toker.
Okay.
And you know, we would bring the homies because we would have studio time. We'd have to do our projects and shit. So they had like a little studio setup, and we'd go and record, and we'd take homies with us, go record songs over there and shit. Yeah. And so that's how we started.
And this was, how old were you at this time?
I'm about...
Well, I mean, you're in college already.
Yeah,
right?
So I'm about like 21, 22 at this time.
Okay.
And we're learning all this shit. Well, we're picking up people left and right that want to fuck with us. And my homie, I got to give it up to my homie Toker. He was a DJ.
Oh, okay.
And he bought a machine. Fuck, I forgot the name of it. But basically, it was like a one and all beat maker. It had all the sounds on it, drum machine, everything. And he started making all our beats, man.
Oh, damn.
And we got another homie that he taught, my homie C's. He taught him how to make beats, and he started making beats. So just on the fly, everybody just started fucking learning everything. And every week, fucking someone's coming out with a new song, new beats, new everything. And we just, all of us went hard, man, for about a year or two. And yeah, man, fucking we came out with everything from within, you know?
Porque that's true. There's no social media. There's nothing. Like right now, I'm pretty sure if you do a track, you're going to put it out in Spotify or YouTube. Or what would you do back then? Just give it to the homies?
Give it to the homies,
or sell it. Would you be out here selling it, or?
Well, initially we would just fucking go get on CD and hand them out. So then we started figuring like, fuck it, let's start.
The neighborhood, como dice la song de Little Rob, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Neighborhood music.
Neighborhood music, dog, and that's how we built up our following, and how everybody started to get to know me as a rapper, because before that, everybody just knew me from the streets and shit, and so we started building all that, and what we decided is, okay, let's put a CD together. Let's get a CD, record all our tracks, and put a CD together, and then hopefully we can like get a DVD. We could do all that shit. And that was basically every rapper's goal back then, was just to come out with a CD. Oh, yeah. Like I said, there was no other way to go.
And you guys would do everything yourself.
Yeah, you do everything yourself. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, with our group, what had happened is we had recorded all this material, and we ended up losing it because of the way our computer was set up. It lost all our fucking information. Damn. After we had recorded like probably about 20 tracks.
Did the computer shut down or what?
It just fucking lost everything.
That would happen a lot back then in the computers, huh? They
were shitty back then, Yeah. And the excuse me, the audio took up a lot of space and took up a lot of processing power. So it was, it was harder back then, and for us to get out there and put a CD out, that was everybody's goal, was to put a CD out. But after that, there was nothing else, you know?
Is it easier now?
Now it's a lot easier, man.
Yeah.
You could get everybody to find out about, your projects so much easier, because back then I would have to go, like, if I wanted to find out about an artist, unless he had a website or something, I'd have to go to, like, the store or something to see if he had more music out or whatever. And then some of the artists, they weren't even, like, in the big stores. Like, you can only find them in the swap meets or the discotecas and shit like that.
La Mirada?
Yeah, La Mirada,
Yeah. That's that. Did you ever have nothing in La Mirada, like in the swap meets or your music también?
Yeah, I've actually, somebody's told me that they have fucking some bootleg CDs of my music floating around there, man. So I eventually got to go and check it out.
Is that cool? Like someone's bootlegging my CDs?
I mean, shit. I'm gonna have to go over there and see how much fucking royalties I can get out of them. You know what I mean?
At the same time, it sucks, but at the same time, you're like, oh shoot, somebody's. I mean, you know what I mean? Someone's.
It is,
bootlegging my shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's on one note, it's it's cool, but on another side, like, fuck, pay me, fucker.
Sí, pues sí. You're spending money. You have a lot of videos, huh? You have a lot of videos. Aside from music, and todo eso cuesta dinero.
Yeah, all that shit came from, putting together all my resources and, people putting in their hard-earned time,
Yeah. No, pues that's good. And you're hustling, and pues obviously you love the music, and you're planning to go a long way. Me imagino todavía, ¿no?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been in this game for the money, because I got all the odds against me, bro. You know what I mean? I'm already an older artist. Fucking, there's a different style of rap that a lot of these kids like nowadays. And I do this, and like I've said it, I do this for my people, man. Yeah. For the people that enjoy what I do, my homies from Orange, and the people I've picked up along the way. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if I was in this just for the money, I would have quit a long time ago. But,
it's not easy money, right? Tampoco, right?
Yeah, it's not. I got to give it up to, like, my boy Ivan and the other homies that I work with that they put in their time and their efforts to, help me put my music out, because, without them, the process would be a lot different, be a lot slower. And, I have a lot of music recorded, man, that,
Unreleased?
That's unreleased that I haven't put out,
How often are you, like, in the studio?
Like
lately, recording, whether it's at your pad or at the studio. But
lately, I haven't been doing too much recording. I'm finishing up a song right now. I'm on this trip. I'm trying to do like a little 5 song EP, and it's based all on 90s type shit. Okay. Like, the beats are all samples. The beats are all like old school production.
Like more like boom bap hip hop, funk hip hop, or late 90s style?
More like 90s funk hip hop.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
West Coast type shit. Like,
hell yeah.
Like sort of like, if you listen to it, sort of like the film I want to is sort of like Ice Cube's Death Certificate.
Oh, okay.
Some kind of shit like that. And everything's basically referencing back to the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just finished that song up. We're trying to, I'm trying to get it as clean as possible. Homie, product of the 90s. He's a producer.
Oh, you know him?
Yeah, me and him. Yeah, we've done some work together.
I just see him on YouTube. Ya ves que muchas cosas de product of the 90s. I just click, but.
Yeah, he's a good homie, man. He's helping me out with this track. And him and Ivan Reyes. And, we're doing this track, and, I'm trying to bring that feel back, the whole 90s type tip. You know what I mean? So, but on top of that, I have a bunch of other songs that I recorded fucking out throughout the last few years, man.
You could probably make another album just with that, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hell yeah.
Bro, when I got out of jail in, it was like 2017, some shit like that, I just came, and every week I was just laying a new song. Bam, 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 bam. For like maybe 2-3 months straight, I was just laying new music every week. Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
And so now it's just, releasing it.
Oh, okay.
Well,
yeah, pues también cuesta tiempo y dinero eso, right? It's different. One is recording it, and then one is releasing it, right?
Yeah, because then from there you gotta, do you want to do a video for it? How much do you want to pay for promotion? Or are you just gonna put it out on social media? Right now I sort of took a break this year because for the last 2 years straight I was putting out videos and music almost new shit every month for the last like 2 years. If you see my catalog, I got like
you have a lot of music.
Yeah, I got about 60 songs out there, and I just was putting it out for, like I said, 2 or 3 years, just every month something new.
And you work with a lot of people también, no? I mean, locally at least. I mean, you work with Larry the G?
Yeah, I worked with Larry the G.
Brown Minds, shout out to Brown Minds porque you saw them and we connected through them.
So from Brown Minds.
Brown Minds, you work with OG Wicked.
OG Big Wicked.
Who else have you worked with?
Cynic Local.
Cynic Local.
Worked with him.
What about Doughboy?
Doughboy was on the Southern Cali Bounce song that we did, the remix. Yeah. So we worked with him on that one.
Oh, okay. Who else? Who else have you worked with?
My homie C's. He's from Orange as well.
¿Cómo se llama? Casualty?
Casualty. I can't forget my boy Casualty.
Yeah. I remember hearing him back in the day too.
Yeah, he's an OG too, man.
Back in the day.
There's another OG cat. He's from Anaheim. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but his name is Knockout.
Knockout.
Yeah, he was from Anaheim.
Probably.
He came out with a song back in the days, or not a song, but a album. I think called The Main Event. I could be wrong about the name of it, but I worked with him and another artist named Epidemic.
I think I heard of that too.
Yeah, he's a OG artist too, man. Homie got fire for bars, bro. Probably the best MC that I've rapped with.
I'm gonna check him out. Epidemic.
Yeah,
I'm
Epidemic.
I'm gonna look him up. He has stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, he does.
I'll look him up. I'm always interested in listening to new things too, But ahorita, that's why I'm asking too, porque that's why I also mentioned how was it back then. Porque now if in YouTube and everybody's trying to preach unity, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
But back then that wasn't around. So that's what I'm saying. Now you could work with other rappers. I don't know how it was for you. Obviously, you're from a hood. When you were releasing music, you were saying this for the people in your neighborhood. Did anybody ever trip from other gangs? Now, me imagino, pues, like I said, you can dibble and dabble with maybe some guy with the random neighborhood you don't get along because we're older, everybody's older, and they make music, and it's like, now a lot of people do that, So that's how is it, bro? Being from a gang, rapping, and then también lo que te quería decir is I'm like, you went to college and you're a gang member, from a hood. So how did that also play? What made you want to go to college, being from a gang,
Well, I come from an educated family. My dad, he graduated from Cal State Fullerton.
Oh, okay.
And so did my uncle. And, my dad always pushed education on me. Unfortunately, I was being educated on the streets,
Yeah.
And I had, went to prison, did all that shit. And when I got out, I had a son.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't want to keep doing the same fucking shit, So I was like, okay, I'm going to get into, college and start, educating myself and, doing something I like and stuff. So that's what I did. And then working with other artists, I guess I could say I've been lucky because there hasn't really been any artists that were from enemy hoods that I've had to deal with. Every artist that I've come across, they're either neutral or, they're from a gang or a hood that I don't have a problem with. So I haven't ran into that problem,
Okay, but to other, even growing up when you were younger and you were doing music, in Orange, would people trip on you? What's up, or...
Yeah, we had...
Not just for being from the gang, but because of your music,
Not over the music. Nobody really tripped over the music. I mean... everybody just pretty much oh, you're the rapper. And that sort of used to bug me because I'm like, well, I'm not just a rapper, motherfucker. I'm a gangster before anything, And, I'm more calmado now, but back then, I was, fucking...
On the defense.
Yeah, I was like, fuck the fucking music shit. I'll fucking gangbang on your ass first and foremost, motherfucker, But
You know, pues you're from the 90s también, right? That's your era, the 90s?
yeah, exactly. And you know how people see me now and stuff, a lot different than I was back then, man. Because I learned a lot more. I'm a lot more calmado. I'm like, you know, I'm smarter. You know, I am about the whole unity thing.
Yeah.
Because if we don't fucking get it together, man, eventually everything's gonna fall apart for us. You
We
know?
don't make money, you know? Like, obviously, aside from gang stuff, who you gonna make money with? Like, in reality, the black people ain't gonna make money with the Mexicans.
Nope.
Who they gonna make money first with?
Themselves.
Because they gotta. It's like first you just gotta start in your city and then open a business. Same, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta make money. The whites where they gonna get $1 from? Some white guy. You know what I mean?
They're gonna work with themselves first.
The black guys. If it's construction, who's gonna give him the black guy the construction job first? A black guy. You know what I mean? Same for Mexicans. I ain't gonna I do construction. White guy ain't gonna give me a job. Maybe now, pero in reality, I think the first person that'll give me a job painting the room is a Mexican. You know, paint my room even for $50, paint it. So if we don't do that, we're gonna kill our own money. You know.
Exactly, and that's the thing too. You know, we could get deep into the subject, but the number one consumer of hip hop on the West Coast is Raza. Yeah. You know, you hear a lot of these artists, especially, you know, I heard like an interview from MC8 or I think Mac 10 or something, and they say, man, most of my supporters are all Mexican.
Yeah. Bun B, I heard Bun B say that.
That it's all Mexican, and that's where I hope that our people could go and support our own people. Yeah. Like, you know, that we don't have to rely on, you know, like being like the blacks, rely on another race to support us. I would hope our own people can support us so we can, you know, have that strength to be able to carry with us into the industry, because if we can't, then we're never going to be able to have any say-so in the industry, you know? And we need to be able to get behind each other and support each other. But it's tough. I understand. You can't just support anybody. You know what I mean? And it's tough because there's a lot of rappers, but this goes for any race, bro. Yeah. There's a lot of rappers that just suck, bro. Yeah. And people will just go and fucking say, oh, he's good. And you know, they need to tell the guy the truth, man. You fucking suck, bro. You know, fucking tighten it up or, you know, do something. And
some good construction criticism.
Yeah, some feedback.
Yeah, some feedback.
You know what I mean? And I guess a lot of times what happens is you get these artists that nobody's telling them to tighten their shit up, and they think they're good, and they put their shit out, and then you know, other people hear it, and then they assume, oh, all Mexicans sound like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or all, you know, Mexican rappers rap like that. And then you're gonna have, like, you know, I think a lot of the blacks in the industry like to be able to say, oh, okay, Mexicans can't rap because it keeps the ball in their court, and it keeps it so they could control the industry. Yeah. You know what I mean? Instead of us being able to, like, oh, okay, give us a chance. You know, it's funny because I remember I went on a page, I think it was Spliff DTV on Instagram, and I got in an argument with some black dude in the comments or whatever, and first thing he goes, oh, well, you're a Mexican rapper, you probably suck and say the N-word and this and that. And I go, listen to my music, and then you could tell me that. He came back later on, he goes, hey, I give you credit. You didn't say the N-word once, and fucking you don't sound cheesy like all the rest of them essays. Yeah. Fucking you're legit, you know? Yeah. And that's why I told him, well, see, that's the problem. You guys want to assume that every fucking Mexican sounds the same. Yeah. You know, and
hey, your voice is different, bro. I'll tell you that when you rap, it sounds different, you know.
Yeah, and that's, you know,
you have a different sound in your voice.
I try to, you know what I mean? I try to be something different, and I try to be something that everybody can relate to. Yeah. You know, of course I want my raza to relate to me, But I also want anybody that's been on the streets, white people, black people. You know, I make music for everybody, bro. You know what I mean?
But then you have to spread out, bro. You have to. You can't just like if back to the construction stuff. If a white boy tells me work, I'm not gonna say no. I'm like, let's go. You know what I mean? Then he plugs you in with his cousin or his uncle. Same, you know, and it goes from there. You got to make money wherever you can, you know?
Exactly. So, you know, that's how I push it, man. That's how I push my music. You know what I mean? I don't just try to go for one angle. I used to tell my homies when we would write fucking our songs or whatever, don't try to compete with, you know, this guy that's, you know, from Orange County or this guy that are lower level. Compete with fucking Jay-Z, think in your mind, you're trying to compete with Jay-Z, you're trying to compete with Snoop, you're trying to compete with Ice Cube. That's where we want to be. We want to compete up here. We're not trying to compete with these guys down here. You know what I mean?
There, right?
Exactly. Go hard, you know?
Yeah. Bro, también I had a lot of, like I said, I looked through your Instagram, bro, and I'm going to go back and forth, like I said, pero, like, is your family también generational, like gang generational or no? Like your pop, I saw a picture of your pops all cut up.
Yeah, my pops, he grew up in the barrio. He knows what's up. My uncle was the one though.
Oh, okay.
That was in the hood. He was a pachuco.
Oh, for real?
And he's the one that also painted the mural in my barrio.
Oh, okay.
He was known as the godfather of Chicano Chicano art. My bad.
For real?
Yeah. And
I saw like a mural. I think is there only one mural in your page? There's a picture?
There's a few, but the main one that's on there, that's the one.
Okay, so he did do more murals?
Yeah, he has them all throughout Orange County.
Oh, for real?
Have you ever seen the mural in Fullerton that says the town I live in?
Yeah.
Whatever, he did that one.
Oh, for real?
He did another one in Anaheim. He got some all over the place.
Is he still alive?
No, he actually passed a few years ago.
Oh, okay. That would be a good person to bring right here, you know?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
But my dad's also an artist and a muralist too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he has some murals up too. The one he's most known for though is in Westminster in West Trese's neighborhood.
Oh,
there's one right there on their handball courts of the Virgin Mary right there.
Oh damn, I've never seen that one.
Yeah, he did that one, and you know my family they're artists, man. You know.
For real? That's where you probably get it from. También, entonces, no?
Yeah.
Growing up seeing that.
Yeah. Pretty much, you know.
You have more family that raps or does music or just art or qué otra cosa?
Well, my cousin, the one that was in breaking.
Oh, okay, yeah, him.
And then his sister, she does art.
Okay.
His sister does art, and you know, we got different family members that do different things, you know. Yeah. But basically, yeah, those are the artists in our family, you know.
That's cool though. That's cool. I didn't know that, bro. I mean, if you have any more pictures del murals, shoot them, you know, through Instagram. The whatever your dad did, just to scope it out, you know. I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to drive up there anytime soon, but or if you could shoot me some spots on Tana.
Yeah, I'll shoot you some pictures.
Bro. Yeah, I'll go check them out. That'd be dope porque you never get to see those people, you know, like ahorita is kind of more like out there, you know, right now. It's out there, the art, and every once in a while you'll meet some of the artists, but back in the day, you wouldn't know who drew that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like the stuff right here, right here in Santana, there was some old stuff forever. I'm like, I never knew who drew that. And then I met the old man who did. I think he passed out. I met his grandson or something like that. Like, oh, they're the ones that did that. I'm like, oh, shoot, crazy. You know, his grandpa. Yeah. You never know who they are, you know?
Yeah, exactly. The history, man. And that's the
history.
That's the thing too, is, you know, a lot of the history gets lost.
And then there's Raza, you know, it's Raza, Orange County, different parts of like we're in Santana. It's like anywhere, you know. You're from Orange. We're from Santana. You're from Anaheim. You're from Anaheim. So we kind of stick to, Santana's the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have everything, but everybody has their stuff, you know, their history, and then the Raza stuff too, you know, like that. I didn't know that, you know. I didn't know your uncle and your dad did murals, and they're probably legends, you know, like that we don't even know who they are. You know? Like, we don't know who they are. They have history set here. And who are they? You know, like those who know. But obviously, like time goes by, random people don't know, you know. Like
yeah, and back in those days, like, you know, like when they were painting the murals, like everybody knew and stuff like that. But with time, you know, it fades off. Shit like that, you know.
And if you know, that's why it's cool. Like todo esto gets documented, you know, and if it stays on YouTube forever, it stays on YouTube forever, you know.
Yeah.
And that's good because somebody could always come back, and for that it's different, you know. Like for
Document
that, we
it.
can never, unless there's videos somewhere, you know, of a. But who has that video, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was talking. There's a homie. He's on Instagram. He goes by the name Barrio Archaeologist.
Oh, okay.
And this man is very informed about the history of the raza and you know, Chicanos and Mexicans in Southern California. And he knows the history of most of the barrios from LA to San Diego, but he's from Orange County. And I've been talking with him, trying to tell him, hey man, we need to like put together a book or something, some kind of maybe a podcast or something that gets the history, because he's gone to these barrios and he'll talk to the old mans that live there, the families that live there. You know, he's gone and done this. He'll go on his own time, walk around and ask questions, talk to people, hit up the OGs or whatever, and get their history. Shit that unless we get it down, we'll be lost.
Sí.
It'll be lost. And I keep telling them, let's do something, bro.
Especially now in times, porque at least right here, like you were talking earlier, like Santana está calmado, you know, and that like a lot of stuff is como se dice ya fading in reality.
Yeah.
You know, ahorita it's a whole different environment, a whole different scene, which is not bad. You know, I'm not saying it's bad, but still, like, it'll erase in history, like you said, and you don't document it, se va a borrar. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's important to have that history, man. You know, the good and the bad.
With paintings, with whatever's, you know, you got to keep it alive.
Yeah, because, you know, if not, you know, they're just going to erase it. And, you know, and especially now they're trying to gentrify all these barrios now. You know, they're trying to get the raza, the property nobody wanted. Now they want it back, and they're trying to kick everybody off.
But I think that's happening everywhere.
It is.
LA, right here. It's happening everywhere. También te iba a decir, well, because we're talking about all this. Like, how old are the neighborhoods in Orange, bro?
Well, ours is one of the oldest hoods in the whole county.
Okay, back to, sorry, I just could,
no
so
problem,
I could break
brother.
it down. That's why I'm asking the question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I think, like I said, we focus right here. Like in Santana, we just focus in Santana, you know? But it's like, Orange también tiene sus cosas, you know?
Yeah.
So Anaheim has sus cosas. Fullerton. And it is like, a lot of us don't really branch out to know the history.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm asking también, you know?
Hey, not
so
a problem.
how old are the neighborhoods, you know?
Okay, I know about ours. Its roots started like at the late 1800s, like 1880 something. Basically, they would send a raza right there to live right there because they would go work the fields or whatever. And then came in Sunkiss, that company. They do all the oranges.
Orange juice.
Yeah, the orange juice and all that. They came in because, I mean, Orange County is known for what? Oranges. Orange fields, lemons, all the shit that used to be here. Yeah. Used to be nothing but fields with oranges and strawberries and, you know, lemons and all that shit. So Sunkiss came in and built a packing house around 1920.
Okay.
Right? Well,
Orange?
In Orange,
okay.
Right there on Cypress Street. So all the raza ended up living right there next to the warehouse. There was railroad tracks right there, and they would, you know, that's where the trains would come, load up everything, and then they'd take off, whatever. But then the raza all lived right there, would go to work, pick all the lemons and oranges and all that, and then everything was around the warehouse right there. And that all started around like the 1920s or so. And you know, with time it started evolving, you know. It went through the era of the Pachucos, it went through the era of the car clubs and the clubs, and then it became a barrio. It had F Troop was there for a little bit, and then it like in the 80s it started switching, and that's when it became known as Orange Barrio Cypress right there.
Oh, okay.
And so
Someone was talking about that because I told, where was it at? That was a trip, you know, because was it my friend or did I hear somebody randomly talking? And I think I brought it up. I'm like, oh, Oak Creep's coming over, and I think he was like, oh, he's from Orange Barrio Cypress, and they're like, isn't that F Troop or something like that?
yeah.
Well, I didn't really understand what he was saying, but now that you brought it up, that's what I'm saying. Like, what was that all about?
I wasn't around then, so I don't know personally. But when I grew up as a kid, the homies used to tell, oh yeah, this used to be we used to be F Troop.
Oh, okay.
And so as I got older, you know, I had a dude from Artesia and F Troop tell me, oh yeah, the name F Troop started in Orange, and then it came to Santana, and that's how it started getting bigger, you know, and then became all the different, you know. But then, you know, due to all the gang politics and shit, fucking, they stopped saying F Troop and just became Orange Barrio Cypress, you know. But yeah, that's it was at one point one of the original F Troop cliques.
Oh damn. So it's old school then, huh?
Yeah.
It's old school.
Yeah.
And that's what we don't know, you know? Like, you just kick some history, bro. And that's cool because we need that history. We need history from everywhere, dog. And that's cool. I didn't know that, you know? And to me, that's dope, dog. Like, to know little stuff like that.
Yeah, it is.
Nobody knows about it, you know?
Yeah, it's a trip because, you know, I mean, especially like when I went to prison a few times, and I'd see guys that were like in their 60s and their 70s, right? And I'd talk to them.
How much time did you do in prison, if you don't mind me asking?
I did a few different stretches. One I did like 5. One I did 3, and then another one I did 2 years. But I got like little like in between, I had like violations and shit like that. But I mean, I'm not gonna say I did like 10 years or anything like that. I never did no mad time.
It's still time away from.
It is. I mean,
5 years is still 5 years. So, you know, with 5 years probably gone. I don't know how you look at it. You know.
I mean, fuck. 30 days is a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? Right now, if I had to fucking turn myself in for 30 days, fucking, I would fucking hate it. You know what I mean?
¿Se cansa uno? Like you? What would you say?
Fuck.
Now that you have kids and everything, like.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck all that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fucking. What's the point? You know what I mean?
How old were you when you started saying, like, yeah, let's change my mindset?
Probably like in my mid-20s, I started getting real serious about it. But then in my 30s, I started fucking around again. Yeah, I just got into a bunch of shit. I started kicking with one of my homies, and we started getting into all kinds of shit, and that's how I ended up back in jail in 2014.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
recent, huh?
Yeah, got a 7-year fucking sentence, and did a few years off of that. But you know, hopefully this is it right here. Knock on wood, because I'm not trying to go back to jail, man. Fuck all that shit, you know.
There's a lot to do out here, bro.
Yeah, there is, you know.
It looks like you're doing a lot, so.
I'm trying.
You know, yeah, échale ganas.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And you speak Spanish good también, ¿no? Pues,
a little bit.
A little bit,
yeah.
Porque when I was on the phone, pues sabía que hablabas bien en español. A lot of people don't know Spanish. You assume they know Spanish. You know, saben, you know.
Yeah.
I trip out, like. But
she trips out on me too, cause a lot of people don't, cause my English is real good. So you know, they hear me. Oh, you don't speak Spanish, do you? I'm like, well, talk to me.
Is your family, like your mom and dad, from Mexico or?
No, my grandparents are.
Oh, your grandparents are.
My mom's family is Soniaki.
Oh, okay.
From Sonora.
Oh, okay.
But my mom was born in the city of Brawley, over in Imperial County, which is by like sort of by like Mexicali, but on this side of the border.
Oh, okay.
And then
San Diego area, right?
Well, actually more towards Arizona more.
Okay.
It's between Arizona and San Diego, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Imperial County, I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's sort of like by where all the prisons are at, like Centinela, Calipatria, and all that. And then my dad's family, they're from Jalisco.
Oh, okay.
They're from a city called Santa Maria de Abajo.
Oh, okay.
But my dad was born in Santana.
Oh, okay.
So, but I grew up with my grandparents, and they spoke nothing but Spanish.
You said you lived here for a little while, right? In Santana?
In Santana, yeah, with my mom. My parents were divorced at a young age, so with my mom, she lived in Santana a lot of years.
Oh, okay.
We lived on 6th Street. We lived on Garfield. We lived on Renee Drive. And, I went to school in Santana in elementary and a little bit of junior high.
Oh, okay.
And then...
What junior high?
Car.
Car? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then from there, I went to Orange, and that was it. I stayed there,
Yeah, you haven't you just lived in Orange ever since?
Yeah, ever since then, I lived in Orange. I stayed in Orange.
Orange, how porque, pues me, like I said, it's not all the time I go to Orange, but when I do, it's a nice place.
Yeah.
What can you say about it? Like even Santana, bro. I don't know what to say, but Santana's a nice place too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how people look at it, but I don't know how Orange is growing up. Seems like a cool place, but I know it has its ups and downs también. Pero how is it growing up in Orange, bro?
Well, it's a trip because I always had a lot of love for Santana because I've lived here a lot.
Okay, you got into a gang, so that's what I'm saying. There has to be something out there,
Yeah, and it's funny because I ended up being from a neighborhood that was big time enemies with some of my best friends that I grew up with in Santana.
Damn. Oh, see?
Yeah.
Damn.
And it ended up working out though because I would see them and they were like, hey, fucking, even though we're enemies or whatever, you're still the homie.
That's cool.
We're not gonna fucking trip on you.
Yeah.
I went to a party one time and I was outnumbered. Fucking, there was about like 30 of them, and it was just me and a few other homies. And one of them saw me and I'm like, "Hey, fucking, what the fuck you doing here, man? Fucking, look at all the homies, dog. They know you're here. They're gonna probably fucking shoot your ass, And I'm like, well, fuck. I'm just, fucking. These hyenas told us to come fucking party, and here we are, And he's all like, well, hey, fucking, we'll look out for you. Just, hey, split, dog,
Well, that's good.
And so I was like, all right. So, we talked or whatever, and he walked me out and made sure I got out, and we took off. But, that's where it worked out. But back to your question, the difference is like, okay, in Orange, where we're at in the barrio, you go, you see all the raza, Mexicans all over the place. Fucking, your neighbors are Mexican. All the little kids are Mexican. The fucking palateros Mexican. Everybody's all Mexican in that part. But let's say you go down the street more, you want to go to McDonald's or something, you get over there, it's all white. Yeah, it changes. It's all white. And then, back then too, especially like in the 80s too, they would sort of like look at you like, oh, what the hell is this Mexican doing here? You know what I mean? In comparison to like when I was in Santana, I'd go anywhere in Santana and, the first thing they'd do is talk to me in Spanish, And,
Okay, in Orange is still like that, huh?
It's changed a lot.
It's changed a lot.
Yeah, it's changed a lot compared to what it was before. There's a lot more raza over there. Yeah. You got more hoods popping up over there too. Yeah, before fucking there was only two hoods. There was my hood and then Modena.
That's an old school neighborhood también.
Yeah, that's an old school neighborhood.
And I was just thinking about that one porque when I was younger, we were working at a house right there. Y sí había mucha gente mexicana right there, and that's more down there, So
yeah, that's more like on the east.
From here, it's more down.
Yeah,
pero decía Modena everywhere, and it looked like a bunch of raza right there in that shopping centers.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, so it was just us two neighborhoods for the longest time, and then came up a bunch of other neighborhoods, especially in the apartments. Like all the raza moved to all the apartments. So then, another gang came from that area. And then another gang came from that area. So a lot more neighborhoods came up because the raza started moving into all the apartments,
What was the tagger scene like right there? Because I know right here it was crazy. In
yeah.
The 2000s when I started, because I was more of a tagger.
Okay.
I mean, I hung around with different, I already told you where I grew up, so we were affiliated with them in some way or not, pero we're more taggers. The tagger scene aquí también hizo blow up. I don't know how Orange was,
Yeah.
I know PNS.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know that crew.
Yeah.
I know they're from Orange.
Yeah.
We were cool with them, growing up, PNS.
Yeah. PNS is sort of newer. when I was coming up, it was EK.
Oh, EK. Yeah.
EK actually was started by two of my homies
Oh, okay.
that ended up being from my barrio.
Oh, shoot.
And that's they were like the main tagger crew in all of Orange County at one time. And so we dealt with that, and we were cool with the taggers and shit, you know. Yeah, we got along with them real well, and you know, we ended up recruiting some of them, and some of them became from the neighborhood, you know.
It's a trip, bro, because when I bring older people from those days, like que tú sabes de esas times, they always bring up EK, bro. Everybody that I talk to, they bring up EK. So I'm like, you know, that's a old school. It must be at their time they did their.
Yeah, they put it down back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were doing their dirt back then. I mean, a lot of people knew about it. The main crews at that time was EK and SSK.
SSK?
Yeah, and then both of them they turned into neighborhoods. Yeah, they turned into gangs, and there was no more really tagging, sort of like stopped for a while. Yeah. And then it didn't start getting bigger until you started having like PNS and all those other cliques, all those other crews, you know.
Are they from? Cause one time, I know a couple guys, and they were hanging out. I think it was with a couple guys from your neighborhood.
Yeah, I know that they do hang out with a lot of my homies and a lot of guys that age and stuff. And I think some of them actually ended up becoming from my hood at one point. Okay. But I've never really hung out with them too much, but I know some of them. They're cool. Yeah. They're cool people.
Porque see, like I said, everybody has their, and they were pretty big when they were around in their era, PNS, you know. And I always remember they were from Orange, so I hung out with a couple guys from there when I was younger. So that's why I asked too. How was all that over there in Orange? Porque te digo, every city has their theme, you know.
Yeah, and that's how it was, man. In Orange is like, you know, Orange is a different game. Because, like, let's say you have an enemy and you and this guy have fought or whatever. For the most part, you probably know where he lives and he probably knows where you live.
Oh, sure.
And if you guys really want each other, you guys are going to get each other. Or somebody's going to get somebody. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. And but what became a big problem is that with the gangbanging that got hard is that a lot of like the newer neighborhoods, when you go and gangbang against them, they would let the cops get involved.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and people were getting busted because they were talking to the cops and shit.
Damn.
And I don't know, it's because they didn't have older homies to educate them or what, but you know. A lot of my homies, they started like, man, we don't even want to fuck around with these guys no more because they want to gangbang, but then they fucking get beat up or something and they go and tell, you know?
Damn.
So it's like, yeah, it got fucked up, you know?
Yeah, no, but that's cool, bro. Orange is a big city también, no?
It's big enough. I mean, shit. A lot of people, you know, they just, they're not familiar with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they think it's just like the circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most people think
because that's where everybody goes, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody just thinks, but it's actually pretty big, man. You know, because it goes all the way down into the hills.
Where the block starts, you know.
Yeah.
And then it goes all the way over there.
All the way to the hills.
I think it goes that way a little bit, right?
Yep, and then it goes down to like Lincoln.
Yeah.
To Anaheim.
So I think it's pretty big, también.
Yeah, it's a pretty big city, you know.
Yeah, it's pretty big, bro. So that's why too is like, let's talk about your city, también. You know, let's talk about where you come from. Let's put Orange in the light, in the map.
I mean, yeah, you know, I appreciate that, man.
We gotta. At the end, it's all Orange County, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's all Orange County. To me, it's a plus. Gracias for coming here. It's a plus, bro. Porque también I can't just bring everybody from Santana. So to me, it was like a plus. Yeah, come by.
Yeah, be able to mix it up, huh?
Yeah, we have to, bro. We have to. And that's like, good, cool that you opened up. And to me, it was like, yeah, and you made it happen easy and fast. Y aquí estamos ahorita, bro. Yes, so to me, let's represent, you know.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Represent what
I'm
you
down.
What you gotta speak about. Anything music you're coming up with? Anybody you planning to work with, like locally, or out there from LA?
You know, I try to keep it local for the most part. It's been tough, man, to work with a lot of different people because you end up finding out shit about people, and like they say, you are who you associate with, and I don't want to associate and rap with somebody that might have some kind of fucked up fucking history or something like that. So I really pay attention to what what that person's background or history is. So but at this point, I don't have any like collaborations. I'm planning on working with anybody soon, but I'm gonna start looking around to try to work with somebody that I haven't worked out with. For the most part, I've worked with everybody out of Orange County that I've wanted to work with.
Oh, okay.
There's still a few other artists that I want to work with, but I once I get that done, I'm probably gonna want to go to like LA.
Yeah, spread out over there.
Yeah, spread out, work with different people like that. Because I can't just stay in Orange County the whole time.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like I said, I don't want to just have everybody from Santana. We gotta pues también open up doors.
Exactly, and plus, I want to give the fans, something to appreciate, because I always get a lot of like feedback or like messages like, hey, why don't you work with this guy? Why don't you work with that guy? You'd be dope in a song with him and stuff like that. So
I was tripping out. I was hearing your music, and luego I was like, you know what? Who for some reason you reminded me of Big Psych, bro. Like just, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that'd be dope. You just reminded me like a Big Psych type rap.
Yeah.
Like, because the voz también está fuerte.
I've heard that before. Yeah. Someone told me that before.
You know what? I thought about Big Psych. Like, you sound like Big Psych, bro. In a certain way, like. Hey, man, they can, that's dope, though. That's dope. Imagine you with Tupac.
That would have been feeding me right there.
Sí, Mexican style.
Yeah.
Tú sí dices, like, because a lot of people don't say, like, oh, I'm Chicano, I'm not Mexican. But it's the same thing.
It is.
Do you say you're Mexicano?
I usually say I'm Chicano or Mexican or sometimes because I'm half Yaqui.
What is that?
That's Indio. That's an Indian tribe.
Oh, sure.
From Sonora.
Oh, damn.
That's where my mom's family's from.
Oh, damn.
And they're known as crazy motherfuckers.
Yaqui? Well, it's still Mexican, right?
Yeah, it's still from Mexico,
yeah, it's still from Mexico.
So it's just,
But you do have ties to that culture, huh?
Yeah.
To that people.
And I've always been proud of it. You know what I mean? I've always represented. I've never, just because I don't rap like the average Chicano rapper doesn't mean that I don't represent Chicano. You know what I mean? And so, proud of my people.
You don't have to speak a certain way. You just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Chicano doesn't mean, this is what I tell some people. Like, some people think Chicanos are just cholos. Like, but nah, bro, there's doctors that say they're Chicanos, It's like, and they don't have nothing to do with, I guess Chicanoism paints a picture of a pachuco with a bandana, and that's Chicano.
Yeah.
But in reality, Chicano's a doctor, a police officer, school teacher. A lot of school teachers are proud to say they're Mexicanos, Chicanos, It's not just one style,
Yeah. And I say, you call me Mexican, you call me Chicano, whatever. The only thing I really don't like is like Latino too much.
Oh yeah. Me neither. Because that is everything.
Yeah.
That's everything.
And when they ask you on like your applications or whatever, what are you? I always put native.
Native.
Yeah. Fucking, because regardless, fucking, even if I wasn't native, I would be native.
Sí, pues sí.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Because like you,
we're the originals.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the originals.
Yep. You may not be Yaqui, but your fucking blood is fucking
somewhere.
Yeah, the los Mexicas or the other tribes,
Purpecha.
Yeah, them too. Yeah, the Purpecha.
My family's from Michoacan, so I did a 23andMe. Did you ever done that?
I haven't, man. I want to do that.
You trip out. You trip out because see, it breaks it down. Yeah, it said you're 49% Native American of Mexico.
That's cool.
And I'm like, oh hell yeah. And then the rest is I'm like 40% European.
Okay. Which the Spaniards.
And from the 40% European, it broke down. The Mexican one didn't, bro. But from the 40% European, I'm like 30% Spaniard, like 10%. I mean, not. I'm saying the numbers wrong, but let's just say 10% Italian, like 5% South European, and then like 1% from the Middle East, and like 0.555 African. So it broke it down from that 50%. It broke it down to like 5 different things.
Yeah.
But then it broke it down. Your family traces back to this area of Mexico, at least 200 years back. Your bloodline, we can trace it back at least 200 years. I mean, they can't. Ya de allí, pues, who knows where. But it says Michoacán, So I'm like, I wonder how they figured that out. Just by me spitting on the thing, it says they circled a map saying I'm from Michoacán, I'm like,
well, hopefully they didn't get your stuff and then put a blindfold and throw a dart on the map. Okay, this fool's from Michoacán, all right.
Pues serían brujos, latinaron bien, But yeah, try it, bro. I only pay like $40, I think, so.
Yeah,
you learn a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I've been wanting to check that out, man.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
Yeah, it is. Check it out, bro. You might be something else.
What'd you do? Just have to spit on something, you said?
I think I spit. I filled up a little thing with spit.
Oh, okay.
And then you just ship it in. And then who knows what they do with it after, but then you get your results online and like in a week or two. I don't remember how long it took. Let's just say 2 weeks. Yeah, solid, bro. But you trip out like, oh, shoot, Porque my mom's kind of like güera, And she says she would tell me my grandpa's from... my grandpa had an accent. Her grandpa, I think he was Spaniard, because my mom and all my uncles have like light skin, colored eyes, and my dad's side they're all morenos, So I'm like, I'm over here saying my mastic. I'm over here saying I'm this. I might be a conquistador.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, why am I saying all this stuff? I don't want to.
You want to make sure you know what you're talking about,
huh? Like, I don't want to preach. I'm Mexica, and then I'm Spaniard,
Yeah.
But yeah, check it out, bro. It's something interesting, It's not that expensive. I did it a couple of years ago, like 6-7 years ago. I did it.
Yeah, I'm about to peep that shit out.
Yeah, check it out, bro. Pues yeah, bro. I really want to thank you for coming by, bro. I appreciate you. Shout out to Brown Minds for helping this out. Like I said, if it were for them,
good homies, man. What's up? Too Big. What's up, AD? What's up,
they
fellas?
were both here. It was the first time I have 2 people aquí. Aquí 2 people.
Yeah, I seen that interview. Nice interview.
Yeah, you're going to. You say you got a Rhodium Radio coming up.
Rhodium Radio
so
tomorrow.
You've been to a couple podcasts, huh?
Yeah.
So you got a lot of people that come. I haven't really been into podcasts, bro. So
yeah, I was hitting up Brown Minds. I told him, man, whenever you guys want to, talk to any of these guys, I can, probably open up the door for you, know.
Yeah, that's cool though. That's cool, bro. That's cool. Porque también you've been in American Cholo, huh?
Yeah, been on that one.
Yeah.
My homie George Perez.
I heard about that one. I think my boy Delic. Have you ever heard of Delic?
Delic, I think so. I just know so many people. I always get confused,
He makes good beats, bro. Maybe you could look
might have to peep him up.
Yeah, he's kind of on a break right now, but he says I just gotta connect with somebody and I'll start making beats,
Yeah.
Pero he shout out to Delic, He and other Aguilares, Aguilares. He was with Wizzo.
Mm-hmm.
So him and Wizzo are a team, and they would make beats for Nipsey Hussle.
Oh, nice.
For them being from Santana, they produce a lot of music for Nipsey Hussle, So they were under
they're doing it big, yeah.
For Nipsey Hussle's.
They're legit.
Like aquí, you know what I mean? Nipsey Hussle. They're making beats for Nipsey Hussle, So he makes beats for Doughboy Tony, So
I'm about to peep him up.
So se llama Delic. I'll show you his page.
Yeah, show me his link, man.
And then maybe you could get with him. I don't think he has too many beats on his Instagram, but I think it'd be cool to. You get some beats from him,
Hell yeah.
Because he's a guy, and I'm pretty sure he'd be glad to work with you también, So,
yeah, that'd be firme.
Yeah, so check him out, bro. I'll send you his page al rato para que if you guys can meet up, and I'll tell him too, I'll tell him too.
Appreciate
to hit you
that.
up. Pero what one thing I always tell everybody come if you want to do any shout outs, bro, any shout outs and you quick message for the people out there, a positive message,
just thank you everybody that keeps on tapping in with me, supporting me. Everybody out of OC. I always mention you guys, Demo, Cynic, my boy George Perez, girl Jessica. There's so many of you guys to name, man. I'm sorry, my boy Ivan. If I forget anybody, Brown Minds. They looked out. Shit. I gotta do shots out tomorrow too. So, anyways, keep on representing this OC scene, man. Keep supporting us.
Right.
We appreciate it. Without you guys, man, I know for me as an artist, without you guys, I probably wouldn't have inspiration to keep on going and doing this shit, you know, because I do it out the heart. So, hey, I appreciate it. That's the shit that keeps me going, you know. And just go ahead, tap in with me at OCreep on Instagram, O.Creep official, and that's hit up my YouTube at OCreep. All the other social medias at OCreep. I'll be right there.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you once again for coming by, bro. I really appreciate your time, and I hope we could do this again, bro.
Yeah, let's do it again, brother. It feels like we just started.
Yeah, no, you see that almost like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But I don't, la cámara a veces me quiere fallar.
Yeah, for sure, brother.
Pero thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Stay tuned. Go check him out. Show him some love. Go show his music some love. And I'll be posting up your stuff on Instagram también, so people can know where to go to también, bro.
All right, gracias. Appreciate
you,
that, brother.
Thank you. Peace.